magic players and card collectors of all kinds. Welcome back to the channel. I was hoping to do this video at home, but unfortunately I just haven't had a chance to record today at home, and so I had to go out and grab a few groceries. I'm having a nice little bit of cake for sort of like supper thing, because I don't really feel like doing anything else. But yeah. So, like I say, I was hoping to make this video at home with Kaiba and do something really fancy and fun with you guys with the playmat and such, but I just can't get any recording time this weekend, it seems. It is what it is, so we're in the car. And we're in the car to do the video that I need to get out today so that I can give you guys the options going forward, because we need to decide in the next few days what we're going to do for the next Commander Core Creator Challenge. Yes, I've tried to come up with a new aesthetic to this one. Unfortunately, as I mentioned in the previous couple of videos, we will no longer be able to do prizing for this challenge. But I still believe it would be possible to run this challenge each month as just kind of like a fun activity to do on the channel. And yeah, hopefully you guys will agree. If not, well, I'm still going to build decks for you guys each month anyways and feature them. But I think Snoop will still participate at least. But I'm hoping that we can get a few more people to jump into. Anywho, I also have a couple packs that I want to open with you guys today, because I've just, like I say, it's been one of those days and I could use an upbeat boost. So we're going to open a pack of Ravnica and a pack of Avatar. And try and lift my spirits as well as yours. So I figure we're going to open the Ravnica first, and then I'm going to present to you the 6 potentials for the commander this month. And then I'm going to open the Avatar pack at the end. Yes, I should have probably sleeved the commanders. Oh well, it is what it is. I just grabbed stuff to go because, like I say, I wanted to make this video like a lot earlier today, but I just was hoping against hope that my dad was actually going to go out. He went and had a shower today, which usually means if he's going in the shower, it usually means that he's actually going to go out for the day. But today was not one of those days, apparently. So I waited around, and it didn't happen. And like I said, I needed groceries. So yeah. So let's do this pack of Guilds of Ravnica first. We have ourselves a Righteous Blow. White deals 2 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. Yeah, okay, that's not bad. Leapfrog has flying as long as you've cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn. That'll go decent. I think I already pulled one of these recently, but I'll go decent in a frog deck. Crushing Canopy, 2 and a green. It's a classic. Destroy a creature with flying or destroy an enchantment. Not one that gets played a lot anymore these days, though, because all of the green cards that have the option of destroying an artifact too are much better. Barrier of Bones. Ooh. Black 0/3 Defender Skeleton Wall. When this thing enters the battlefield, surveil one. Interesting. So far, that's my favorite of the day. Gravitic Punch. 3 and a red. 4. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature or target player. Ooh, that's kind of nice. That's going up to the front too. It has Jumpstart as well, which is cool, so I can cast it a second time from the graveyard. Demir Locket. I have a few copies of those, and I've never put one in a deck so far, unless it was already there. Centaur Peacemaker. 1, a green, and a white. When this thing enters the battlefield, each player gains 4 life. Do I want to give 4 life to everybody? I don't know. Kind of seems interesting. I'm going to put it in the middle for now. Darkblade Agent. 1 blue and black for a human assassin. Nice. We don't have very many assassins. As long as you've surveilled this turn, this thing has Death Touch, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you get to draw a card. Snoop would like this one, probably. I don't really have a lot of stuff that lets me surveil so far, but I do want to eventually build a surveil-based deck. I still think that the bone... Well, no, it's definitely better than the Barrier Bones, but I think the Gravitic Punch might be the best card still so far today. At least in this pack. That is pretty nice, though, if you can get it to be consistent, for sure, don't get me wrong, but... Devious Cover-Up. Counter target spell for 2 and 2 blue. If that spell is countered, it gets exiled instead of being put into a graveyard. And then you may shuffle 4 target cards from your graveyard into your library. I like that. That beats Gravitic Punch, I think. You guys are probably still thinking the Agent's the best one, but I don't know. I'm liking these two, this instant and this sorcery so far. Although, we got a green and black zombie soldier. That's kind of neat. Discard a card. This thing gets +2/+2 and trample until end of turn. But you can only do it once per turn, so it can only become a 4/4. At most. Still, lets you descend. That's not bad, potentially. Well, no, it's definitely descending because it's a creature, so that's definitely descending trigger. So it's a decent card. Ooh, Crackling Drake. I'm going to put you with the Darkblade Agent. 2 blue and 2 red for a blank 4. Flying, this thing's power is equal to the number of instant and sorcery cards you own in exile and in your graveyard. Nice. When this thing enters the battlefield, you get to draw a card. Also very nice. I have a deck that I might put that into, actually. I'm not sure for 100% sure on it, but I like that a lot. Might of the Masses is a solid card too. Target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature you control. So at the very least, it's going to get +1/+1 for being on the board by itself. But I mean, that's still a solid card. I'm just hoping the lighting is still good enough in here. I don't want to have to turn on the car and throw on the light if I don't need to. Rampaging Monument. 4 for a trample 0/0. It enters the battlefield with 3 +1/+1 counters on it. Whenever you cast a multicolored spell, you get to put a +1/+1 counter on this thing. Interesting. Counts as a cleric. Very interesting. Ooh, Drowned Secrets is our rare. Whenever you cast a blue spell, target player puts the top 2 cards of their library into their... Oh, that is sick. Guess whose mono blue deck just got another hit? Actually, I might leave this for another deck. That might be one I put into my Rogue's Mill deck instead. I'm not sure yet. But that is definitely the best hit in this pack, for sure. Yeah, is it Gilgate? And... ooh, we did get an Elf Knight. That's kind of nice. And there's arena code on the back of this. Who wants an arena code? Play Ravnica! Get 3 booster packs. Alright. That is pack number 1. So now, let's go over the challenger, or the potential challengers of this month. This month, I didn't pick at random. I picked 6 commanders that I'm really interested in building for 2 reasons. 1, I wanted to keep doing this theme thing. I think that was a lot of fun last month. And even the Halloween kind of had a theme. Like, we aimed to pick, like, more, like, horror-ish kind of stuff and things like that when I made that challenge. But, like, the last challenge, the Christmas one, I thought that was really neat. Trying to come up with reasons to pick the commanders, setting the color limitations and stuff like that. So I thought that was really fun. So I decided I'm going to do that again this month. And since my birthday is coming up, at the end of this month, I wanted to make sure that I would be actually really interested in wanting to build this deck. So I picked out 6 commanders that I'm really interested in building in the near future. And all of these commanders I want to build for the same reason. Well, kind of. There's other reasons why I want to build them too, but there's one underlining thing that connects all of them. And that underlining thing, which is our theme of the month, is tribal commanders. So this month, I am challenging myself. You don't have to necessarily if you don't want to. If you have a different way you want to build it, go nuts, whatever, I don't care. But I am going to build a tribal deck using whichever one of these commanders I get. There is one commander that does not work technically with the tribe that I'm making for it, but that is still a viable commander in my opinion for the situation that I'm doing because of the reasoning that I'm going to justify. Other than that though, all these commanders should fit theoretically into a tribal situation. So here we go. Our first choice is, I'm just going to see which ones I want to do in which order. I'm going to mix this up a little bit from the way I originally was going to present it. I'm going to present it in this order. Yes. Okay. First up, I've been talking about it on the channel for a while, and I've been saying that I want to do this for a while, and I'm pretty excited to do this actually. But I can totally understand if a lot of people might not want to build this one. It is Mrs. Bumbleflower. Now, the reason I want to build a Mrs. Bumbleflower... Yeah, I'm going to have to put on the light. Son of a diddly. Alright. The reason I want to build the Mrs. Bumbleflower deck is because I want to build an actual rabbits deck. I have a whole bunch of bunny cards that I've been collecting for a while, including at least 4 copies now I've found. I'm going to double check and see if I have an extra one. Maybe I might even have a 5th. But I'm pretty sure I have 4 copies of Heir Apparent. So I really want to build a fun bunny deck. And I think that that would be really cute. I think she's the perfect commander for it because it does allow me to add a little bit of counter magic to this deck so that I can protect the bunnies. But I mean, the primary goal of the deck is to just put out a whole bunch of rabbits and a whole bunch of rabbit tokens and give them all flying and go freaking nuts. I think that that'll be hilarious, and I think that'll be a lot of fun. So that's what I'm planning to do with this if I get to build this commander this month. When I say if, there's a solid chance that I'm just going to build this one anyways, even if we don't pick this one in the near future, because I'm just really stoked to do it. And the more bunny cards I pull, the more interested I am in making this one next. So there's a solid chance I'm still going to build this one in the near future, sometime this month regardless. But if you want to make this a challenge one, I know that Snoop already has a Mrs. Bumbleflower deck, so I'm sure he can just submit the one that he already has made and show it off. And as for the rest of you guys, it would be interesting to see what you guys do with it. If you want to do something different, or you just stick to like what the pre-con came up with for you. Anywho, that is the first option. As I say, we're going to put this to a vote on the channel in the comment section, and I'm going to put a poll up on the Discord server as well as a post. It's going to have to be a 2-part post, but basically you are going to vote on which commander you guys are most interested in building, and on I doubled the and. On Tuesday, during Dollarama Draws of Destiny, I'm going to announce the winner. So between now and then, as soon as I post this video, I'm going to put up the polls, and then between now and then, we will vote, and Tuesday morning, I will tally up the votes and let you know which one we're going to go. All right. You may hear some noise as people go by. I apologize in advance for that. All right, next. Again, apologies. Children. Next one up. This is the one that I say kind of counts as tribal, but it doesn't count as tribal. I am not building a human tribal or a warlock tribal deck. What I want to build is a rooms tribal deck. I know that technically rooms do not count as a tribe, but I do also have another legendary card. I can't remember the name of it. I was going to put it in here with the 6 so I'd be able to show it off, but I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, and I didn't include it clearly. I remember it's blue, black, and white. But whatever it is, it allows me, if I pay 1 and a white, to turn an enchantment into an indestructible creature for a turn. And I thought it would be hilarious to build like a living mansion deck, like the haunted Monster House. If anybody's seen Monster House, like the Disney movie or Pixar movie, whichever one it was, that movie was hilarious. So basically I wanted to do kind of like that sort of like theme. She's of course the commander because she's the best commander for a rooms deck anyways. And yeah, so that's what I want to build. I think it'll be really funny. And that's why I'm calling it Rooms Tribal, even though I know technically enchantments aren't a creature. My plan is to turn them into creatures and use them primarily to do all my battling. And then to open and close doors repeatedly with her. And I'm going to put in a bunch of creatures that let me tap and untap her so I can like open a whole bunch of things during the same turn. And that's basically what my plan is for this deck. I'm sure that you guys will probably go wide with a whole bunch of different things with this. Of course, clearly rooms is going to be the theme if you go with this choice. But there's a whole bunch of random ways you can take this deck, I'm sure. So I'm excited to see what people will build if they decide to go with this one. I actually do have the promo one too, which is kind of cool. So yeah, third choice. Oh good, the cab turned back on its lights. Bello, Bard of the Brambles. 1, a red and a green for a 3/3. During each of my turns, my non-equipment artifacts and non-aura enchantments become 4/4 elemental creature tokens in addition, and have haste, indestructible, and actually I might just put this guy in the rooms deck too if I end up building the rooms deck. But primarily the goal of this one is to build a raccoon deck. I'm gonna put in all the different raccoons from Bloomborough into this deck, plus throw in a whole bunch of fun artifacts and enchantments to just make them really interesting. Clearly it can't be equipment or auras, but I will throw in a whole bunch of other stuff and we'll have fun with this one. It's definitely a kind of, again, clear direction as to what we're going to build, which makes it nice and simple. But at the same time, what choices you put in terms of enchantments and artifacts could be very off the charts. And I think that makes it a lot of fun. So I'm pretty excited to build that one too. I will say it's not one of my top 3 choices. These two or this one's definitely among my top 3. I'm not sure about this one, but this one's lower on my choice list. I'm still interested in building it. It's just green-red is somewhat limiting in the terms of it only being 2 colors. I'm kind of interested in building like a 3-color deck this month, but there are a couple 2-color options in here. Anyways, next up. Brea, Ethereum Shaper. So I think it was a Commander at Home game that I saw this in. But basically, I'm stealing somebody else's theme to a certain extent. I saw them run this Commander, and because I think it's Michael Bay or something like that, is the guy who made Transformers, the movies. So he made a Brea deck for all of his Transformer cards. And although it sucks because you can't throw in green, I do have most of the Transformer cards that I would still want to run, except for Soundwave and Megatron I'm still looking for, which unfortunately I'm not going to be able to get anytime soon, either of those guys. But I still have like Optimus Prime, I have Ratchet, and a whole bunch of other ones. So basically this is going to be like a Transformers deck, is my main goal with this one. The Commander's kind of pointless, to be honest, in this deck. And I might end up... this is probably one of my least favorite options to build, and I'm still tempted to just say screw it and just build Optimus Prime. It's just then I wouldn't be able to include Starscream, or I have a another mono black Transformer that is kind of neat that I wanted to include too. So that's the main reason why I picked Brea, but ultimately we'll see what we do. But I will say that Brea and the Raccoon are like my least favorites of the 6 options. The other 4 are definitely more interesting for me right now. Next one up, I am really interested in actually building this. As silly as it sounds, I am really interested in building a Walls Tribal deck. I think it'll be hilarious. I think this Commander is really fun because I like the idea that when it comes into battlefield, I get to choose left or right. I'm going to probably more often than not choose left just because I'm left-handed, and I think that's funny. Each player can only attack the nearest opponent in the direction that I pick, and Planeswalker is controlled by that opponent. So it's kind of a very restrictive Commander. I think it's hilarious that this wall has flying. I'm pretty sure that I do have a wall that lets me take away Defender from all my other walls. I can't remember for sure if I do or not. I might be just thinking of the Tarkir Dragonstorm Commander, to be honest. But I'm pretty sure there's a wall that does it too. But I have a whole ton of walls collected in these 3 colors. And I'm really stoked to see what other people will do with this, because I'm assuming other people will not do what I'm about to do with it. I'm sure they'll come up with other fun things to do with it. But I'm definitely going to go completely all in on Walls Tribal. So that is definitely like in my top 3. I would say that the Rooms Tribal is probably my 4th favorite. I would say that this is my 3rd favorite. And the tie for 1st and 2nd is between this and the next one that I'm about to show you. And the final option of the month is Shelob, Child of Ungoliant. Obviously everybody's going to end up having to build the same kind of deck with this one, but the spells that we use aside from creatures might be different, and even the creatures that you choose might be somewhat different. Who knows? But this is definitely Spider Tribal. And I'm really stoked to actually build this. I was super excited when I pulled this a few months ago and kind of forgot that I had it. With everything that's gone on in the last few months with my car and with what's been going on at work and all the other stuff that I've been trying to do to keep up with the channel, I kind of just had this in my Legendaries box and forgot that it was in there. And when I saw it the other day, I was like, oh yeah. Because I love spiders. I really love spiders. Like, I like bunny rabbits a lot, don't get me wrong, but I really love spiders. I think spiders are cute, which a lot of people will say that is creepy and gross, but I adore spiders. I'm the kind of person who, if I see a spider in my house, I want to make sure that I put it up somewhere where it won't get killed and let it make a web so that it can catch the bugs that I don't want in my house, like mosquitoes and flies and stuff like that. I once actually let a spider build a web on my arm, and I ran around for an afternoon trying to catch bugs. At a job that I was actually really bored at and super efficient at, so I constantly had extra time to sit around and do nothing. Like, I really like spiders, and green black is awesome for spider colors. Plus you can add some food stuff into this, which makes it really fun too. So there's some food shenanigans you can do with this. I'm just really stoked to build this one. Honestly, I'm not sure which one I'm more stoked to build, the bunny rabbit deck or the spider deck. But those are my 2 favorites. The wall is definitely 3rd and the room is definitely 4th. These 2 I picked as options just because I didn't feel like 4 options felt right. I felt like 6 would be better. And the original plan was to try and either let Kaiba pick one of these by picking a treat or by rolling a die, a 6-sided die, obviously. So, like I've done in the past. So that's why I picked 6 options, but I will say, to be perfectly honest, these are my least favorite options right now, and I'm not overly interested in building them. But if you guys are, we will definitely do it for the channel. With that said, those are the 6 options of the month. And now I am just going to open this pack of Avatar, and then I want to get home to Kaiba. I do feel a little bit bad for the poor baby. He has been trying his best to be patient with his daddy today, because he knows that his daddy is not doing the best overall either, per se. This is my last pack from Walmart. I actually cracked the cardboard earlier because I wanted to make sure that I could preserve the insert, the artwork on the insert. So I cracked that last night and cut it out so I could put it aside. Beautiful token. I always love these tokens. They're very nice. We're starting off with Swamp Snare Trap, which is a fantastic little card, to be honest. Costs 1 less to cast if it targets a creature with flying. Enchanted creature gets -5, -3. Solid chance you're killing the creature right away when you put this on it, but if not, you're definitely like severely handicapping that creature, which is pretty impressive for a card that only costs 2 and a black. Giant Koi, I've pulled a bunch of these. They're decent though. 5/7 for sure, Waterbend 3, and then it can't be blocked. So I mean, you can't knock that by any means, for sure. Does have Island Cycling 2 as well. Got another copy of Yip Yip. Nice to pull another one of those. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If that creature is an ally, it also gets flying. It's not very useful outside of a flying deck, to be perfectly honest, but I do love the flavor on this card. And Appa is one of my favorite creatures in all of, like, creation, artwork, whatever. I'm trying to come up with a wording for it. It's just, I love Appa. He's awesome. Ooh, Foggy Swamp Vinebender. Nice. 3 and a green for a 4/3. This creature can't be blocked by creature has a power 2 or less. If you waterbend 5, you can put a +1/+1 counter on this thing. You can only do it on your turn, but still, that's pretty decent. Doesn't mean you have to do it at sorcerer speed, which is nice. Lightning Strike. 3 damage to any target. Classic card. Ooh, Cycle of Renewal. 2 and a green. Sacrifice a land, search your library for up to 2 basic lands, put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. These acorns are everywhere, Aang. That means the forest will grow back. I really like that that episode. That episode was really sad. And then finding the acorns at the end really made it a solid plus for me. Messenger Hawk. 2 and a blue or black for a bird scout. 1/2 flying. Enters, create a clue. Gets +2/+0 as long as you've drawn 2 or more cards this turn. Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. Combustion Technique. Deals 2 damage plus the number of lesson cards in your graveyard to target creature. And if that creature would die, it gets exiled. Ooh, that's a new one for me. Water Tribe Rallier. I haven't pulled this one yet. 1 and a white for 2/2. Ally, Human Soldier. Waterbend 5. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You can reveal a creature with power 3 or less among them. Put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Neat. Like that. Dai Agents. We pulled that one once, and I'm okay with pulling another one. When it enters, you get to Earthbend 1 and then Earthbend 1 again. So you're going to get 2 bonus land creatures out of this for 3, a black and a green. You also get a 3/4. Whenever it attacks, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the number of creatures you control with a +1/+1 counter on them. So, I mean, it's a pretty solid card. For green, black, I like that one a lot, actually. Trying not to reveal the holo. Ooh, Secret of Bloodbending. I think that's the second time we pulled this one. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may waterbend 10. You control target opponent during their next combat phase. If the spell's additional cost was paid, you control that player during their next turn instead. Yes, I have pulled this more than once, I'm pretty sure. Either that or I saw Smith Stack pull it. I can't remember which, to be honest. But either way, solid freaking card. Very nice pull. Not what I'm hoping for still. I'm still looking for one of the that 5-color avatar, but I will take... Ooh, okay. You know what? I'm not going to knock this pack. We got a mythic and we got a rare, and both are like some of the higher sought after cards in this set. So I am not going to knock this pack. We got the Zhao the Moonslayer. 1 in a red, menace, all your lands, all the non-basic lands enter tap, sorry. 7 to put a Conqueror counter on them, and then all the lands become mountains that are non-basics. That is insanely fun. I am really stoked with this pack. This is an amazing pack. We got Zuko's Conviction as our holo. Kicker 4 and 1 black. Return target creature from your graveyard to your hand. If it was kicked, you can put it onto the battlefield tapped instead. Nice. And our land is Serpent's Pass, which is a decent one. I like the artwork on it, at least. Definitely a huge hit in this pack, though. Like, that was amazing. I like a lot of these cards, and I didn't either. I only had 1 or 2 copies of a lot of these cards, or I didn't have any of them. That one's brand new to me. That one I only had 1 copy of. I think I might have had 1, but I can't remember for sure. I think I have 1, and it's still a really good one. I only had 1 of that. Like, it's a decent pack for sure. But the Zhao and the Bloodbending are insane in 1 pack. All right, guys. Please remember to vote in the poll. and let me know which commander you would like to do this month. Please remember also the way the challenge works, although again, we're not going to have to, you don't have to worry about the normal stuff about liking this video and such, but you do need to join the Discord server and post your completed deck via whatever format you prefer, Moxfield, Archidect, etc., onto the Discord server by the, let's say my birthday. So by January 28th, we all need to finish our Commander Core Creator Challenge decks. That should give us 25 days start. Well, as of Tuesday, that would give us 22 days. Let's say the 29th. The 29th at noon, Eastern Standard Time, is when we need to have our decks completed by, so that I can put together the video. And yeah, I'm excited to see what we pick and excited to build something. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. Much love to you all from Kaiba at home and myself in the car to you. Take care. Have a great night. Love you all. Bye.